Hello and welcome! In this video we will create a simple HTML file using Windows Notepad. Next, we will see how to open HTML files created on our workstation in various browsers. We will install and configure the Visual Studio Code environment. It is a simple, free and extensible development environment from Microsoft that we can use, among others, to build HTML pages, CSS styles and JS scripts. Next, we will customize code by installing an extension that allows you to preview code changes live without the need to constantly save the file and refresh the browser window. Finally, the basic syntax of HTML code will be discussed. Before we start, I've got a quick test for you. Use your phone to scan the QR code or use the link in the video description to type in the answer. The same question will show at the end of this episode to help you keep focused. Creating HTML files on Windows is easy. You can simply use the built-in File Explorer tools. Let's open any folder where we want to store our projects. This will be our workspace. For creating the first file, we need to make sure that the View tab, file name extensions, turned on. We can now create our first HTML file. Right-click in an empty area of the File Explorer in our workspace directory. From the context menu, select New Folder. It is good to store each project in a separate directory, and that's exactly what we are doing. We'll name the project, we will name the directory Hello Project. Let's enter the new directory. Right-click and create new text document. Change the name to Hello HTML. The warning is displayed that the file extension has changed. Confirm the change. The change of extension is possible because we started displaying the file extensions in the settings a few moments ago. Right. Because we changed the file extension from txt to HTML, you can see that it's no longer a text file, so you can't easily open it in Notepad by double-clicking. Instead, we have to right-click on it, click Open With, and find Notepad here. If you don't find it here, click Choose Another App, and you will find Notepad somewhere on the list. Have it here. Okay. Now that the Notepad is open, let's write something inside. Let's write Hello World. And let's save the changes with Ctrl S. We can now open the Hello HTML by double-clicking. The page opened from the hard drive in the default web browser. By default, on Windows, that's Edge. Now, if we have another browser installed in the system, we can also display it in that browser by right-clicking, Open With, and you can choose your browser from the list. For example, let's do it in Firefox. And here we go. Creating an application in Notepad is not really convenient. Instead, developers use IDEs, integrated development environments. There are many environments to choose from. Some are paid, others are free. In this video, we will download and configure the Visual Studio Code environment from Microsoft. Go to Code Visual Studio Code. Select the version to download and press Download. The download starts automatically. Once it's done, we can press Open File. First, read the license agreement, accept it, and press Next. Indicate the software installation path. Indicate the place for installation in the Start menu. On the additional settings, select Open with Code, but deselect registering code as an editor for supported file types, and press Next. Now we can start the installation. Once the installation is complete, a new Visual Studio Code window will open. Here it is. Go back to the File Explorer. right-click on the Hello HTML file and select Open with Code. You'll also open the page in Edge, so double-click on the file from the Explorer. That will open it in your default browser. Let's go back to the Edge. We can now make changes to the source code. Let's add 1, 2, 3 at the end, and Ctrl+S to save. When you go back to the browser and press refresh, you can see the changes are there. There is a way to make the development more convenient. In Visual Studio Code, click on the Extensions tab, and we will install two useful extensions. The first is Open in Browser. Enter Open in the search tool, and let's install the first one. The second is Live Preview. It's from Microsoft. It will be, it's first, install. And once we're done, let's close code. In the File Explorer, right-click on the project directory and press Open with Code. This will open the entire directory, entire folder as a project in code. In the left panel, you can see the explorer of the files in the project. At the moment, there's only Hello HTML file. Let's double-click on it to open it. Then right-click on the tab and select Open in other browsers. The Open in extension allows us to choose in which of the installed browsers to open the preview of the edited HTML file. First, let's try it Edge. Similarly, we can open the page preview in Google Chrome. Right-click, other browsers, Google Chrome. And here it is. This approach is very convenient if we need to ensure that the website we create will look fine in various browsers. Finally, let's check the Live Preview extension in action. A button for opening the Live Preview has appeared above the Hello HTML. Clicking on it opens a new panel with the Page Live Preview. We can now start making changes to the code. Each entered character will be immediately visible on the preview without the need to save. Beware that the Live Preview add-on is still in an experimental phase, and the preview in the code panel might be slightly different from how the site would look on real browsers. So let's copy the link displayed in this mini browser, go to the browser, and paste it. Now any changes made in the code will be immediately seen in the browser without the need to save. So far, we have been working on an HTML file, but it wasn't really HTML code. It was more of a text file with its extension changed, which allowed us to view it in a web browser. Now, let's introduce the basic syntax of HTML. I will replace the hello world text with the code that I prepared previously. You can find this code in the comments. Each HTML document starts with a document type declaration. In HTML5, the declaration of the document type is very simple: doc type HTML. This line specifies the document type as HTML5. In earlier versions of HTML and XHTML, the document type declarations were much more complex. Here you can see two examples for HTML4 and XHTML1. Every time you created a new project, you had to check in the documentation and copy the right declaration to avoid confusion. In my professional career, I once had a case where a web application worked flawlessly in all supported browsers, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome. At some point, the site stopped working in Internet Explorer. After longer debugging, it turned out that the reason was the use of features inconsistent with the declared document type. It turned out it was enough to change the document type declaration and everything started working fine again. HTML tag specifies the beginning of the document. The /HTML tag at the end of the document closes the document. Most content in HTML is enclosed between an opening tag and a closing tag. Opening tag is any word enclosed in angle brackets. The closing tag is the same word, preceded by a forward slash. Some tags, such as EMG, input, BR, do not have an ending tag. 2 years ago in XHTML, it was required to artificially close such tags by using a fancy opening-closing tag. In HTML5, such tags are still supported, but not really recommended. The head tag is an optional header tag. We can put metadata in it. Metadata is information about the document. The data is invisible to humans, but is processed automatically by the browser and robots. We can also include the page title in the head section. It is displayed as the title of the browser tab, as well as in search results. We can also include here the CSS styles and JS scripts that our page uses. The body tag contains all content visible on the page. It is required, but as we have seen just now, browsers can do without it. The title tag is in the head section. Its content is displayed in the tab name, history, window name, and in the search results. Now it's time for a challenge. Create a new Hello Again HTML file. Then set a new title, Hello Again, and new body content, Hey, Hello Again. Use Windows Notepad or Visual Studio Code. Pause the video now and try yourself. When you're done, resume and let's compare your solution to mine. Hello again. It's time for the solution. For starters, I will close the preview window. I don't need it anymore. In the Project File Explorer, I click the New File button. I enter the file name, Hello Again HTML. We will reuse the example file, so I will copy and paste the entire content from Hello HTML. Copy and paste. Now I'm changing the title tag from Hello World to Hello Again. And now I'm changing the body content from Hello World to Hey, Hello Again. Now I click the live preview and it's working. Simple, isn't it? Were you able to find the answer for the quiz question? Use your phone to scan the QR code or use the link in the video's description to check your answer. And that's the end of this episode. Did you manage to create your first HTML file? Did you use Notepad or code? I encourage you to share your opinions in the discussions. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching and see you again!